at again. How's everybody doing out there? So I figured I'd do another video just to keep the content coming. And I thought about it, and I actually own a couple goofy guns, you know, some out of the ordinary, maybe weren't very popular, etc., etc. But I have one gun that I actually got from a friend of mine. He's passed away, and I bought the gun from the estate because it was a gun that, well, it's something we had in common. All right. Not the most popular. Don't see a lot out there on them. It's kind of goofy, and you're probably going to turn your nose up at first. Of course, if you've seen the thumbnail, you might already know. So what I'm talking about today is the Ruger SR45. This was kind of a goofy gun. It was actually introduced in 2013 and was only produced until 2017. I'm assuming because it wasn't really that big of a seller, or it was a gun nobody was asking for, or whatever the case may be. In any event, it's a bit of an odd duck. So here you go. You got a manual safety that is utterly, and covering up the serial number, is utterly useless. You can't actually actuate that with your phone or with your thumb for beans. As far back as it is, you really got to come off the handle for it. So it very rarely gets used. On top of that, it also has the safety dingus like a Glock. That was actually added, believe it or not, after the introduction of the SR9, and I believe the SR9C in around 2009 or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, so it's got a safety dingus. It's got a manual backup safety that, again, is pretty useless. It has a very nice thin profile, and this gun's clear. I'm not flagging myself. As a matter of fact, if you look at it side by side, here's a 1911. This is my, pretty similar. So this is my commander size. This holds 7 plus 1, so 8. This turd is double stack, and it holds 10 plus 1. Kind of oddball. The grip is difficult to explain. It's, if you've ever picked up, let's say, a Kel-Tec PMR 30 or maybe an FN57, you know how it feels long this way but thin this way? Yeah, it doesn't feel good in the hand. It really doesn't. The sights, I don't know if you can even see them there. Yeah, I guess you can. White dots. It's adjustable for windage and elevation. It is striker fired. Probably the biggest reason that my friend and I, when he originally bought this, we liked it so much, and again, this gun is clear. Oh yeah, safety gun. Is because it actually has, if you can see that, one of the best triggers I've ever seen on an SR45. It's strange. It's not great. I mean, it's great. There's a wall and brakes. So it almost feels like a 2-stage. So get the safety dingus down, give it a squeeze. It kind of jumps to there. You can actually see the striker indicator bob out. And you know, once you see that, it's probably about a 6.5 pound pull. You know what? I'll check it on my gauge here in a minute on the table. So you've probably seen enough of my face. Let's look at the gun, okay? All right, there we go. So, interesting gun. Again, the sights, nothing to write home about. If you try and look down those, they're not specifically big. They are fairly low profile. So I guess you could carry this. It's not light. That's definitely a big old chunk of stainless steel. Here's magazine. Again, 10-shot magazine. They call it double stack. Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, they kind of stagger in there. Nothing spectacular about that either. What else can I say about this thing? It was just an odd gun in the collection. I needed another 45, like I needed a hole in the head. And there's other quirky things with this, actually. If you rack it back, let's say you want to take it down, you have to reach in. You know, you want to make sure the slide isn't going anywhere. You have to reach in and push the extractor down. I don't know if you could all see that. I'll try and do it again. You can see right here is the extractor. You take and you push that down. And then from there, you can push through, take that out, okay? And then let the slide down, and wunderbar, there's the guts. Nothing special. I mean, all the usual striker pieces we see. Captured spring, that's actually on a steel guide rod. That's pretty cool. Simple barrel, same old tilt design. Seen it a billion times, right? Okay, nothing exciting. Safety plunger, we know where that all comes from. Safety disconnect. Striker, yeah. There is no reason this gun should have, and you'll notice on the striker face, this hasn't been polished, nothing's been done with it, nobody's worked on it, and I'm not going to. This gun is actually kind of a keepsake for me right now. All the scratches that you see were from him. So I'm not going to worry about polishing it up or anything else. This gun just is going to stay with me, and when I feel like shooting it, I'm going to shoot it, and that's about it. So let's put her back together, put her barrel in. You know, comes apart like any other striker we've seen on the market. Nothing fancy. There we go. Oops. We'll just repeat the process. Not too much to this either. I mean, you see your typical block. The guides in the back, or the rails in the back, are kind of wimpy. I don't know if I go shooting a whole bunch of plus P through this. Let's put it that way. It was just kind of interesting to me that that Ruger only decided to make this for just a few years. And bear with me, because it's been a moment since I've put this thing together and taken it apart. All right, got that. And then here's taking your life in your own hands. Again, you have to reach down. I'm going to secure this slide. You have to flip that back up. So that was a big complaint for a lot of people, is having to reach their finger in there and flip that up and down. I guess it doesn't really bother me. If you're holding the gun properly, chances you know, smacking your finger in there isn't that bad. It is, of course, I'll cover that number. It is a safety on both sides, so it is ambidextrous that way. I don't know why they bothered, though, because it's literally useless trying to get your hand, I guess. Yeah, it's just a really unnatural, and it's kind of small to catch on the side of the knuckle of your thumb. But, yeah, okay. It also has the loaded indicator here. If you have a round in it, that bumps up. So, and it's painted red on the side. Uber safe striker fired gun. So, yeah, I guess if, you know. Now, when these came out, these were about, I think they listed for like $569 or $599, something like that. They weren't overly expensive. But I guess the reason I wanted to talk about this gun today, it's the goofiest thing. I know it's a little dirty. I was just pulling it out to clean it up and maybe go out and take a couple shots with it. The goofiest thing in the world is this is the most uncomfortable pistol I own to hold. Shooting it, yeah, it's a 45. It's not a big recoil impulse. But just the grip, the interface there, it just feels odd. The sights are nothing to write home about. Having said all that, however, this is one of the most accurate 45s I have ever shot. For what reason, I have no idea. I can't explain it to you. You know, it doesn't feel like a 1911 in your hand. It doesn't feel like a CZ in your hand. It really, it's different. Like I said, if you pick up a PMR 30 or you pick up a FN 57, that's close. I would tell you, if you're ever out at the gun shop and you see one of these, pick it up. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Not something that everybody is after. They didn't even put that many channels in the Picatinny. You know, I don't know. It just seemed like one of those guns that Ruger threw out there to compete with the Glock and some of the new polymer strikers that were coming up. And they thought, hey, this is a good idea. Let's do this. I know there's plenty of folks that have the SR9s, SR40s, love them. That's great. Hey, I love this. I just can't explain why. You know, it's like that furry mangy cat that's out in the barn. You like it. You don't know why. I mean, other than killing mice, it serves no purpose. This one, the only purpose it saves is this is home defense. This sits in an undisclosed location in my house where I can get to it in a hurry if I need to. I do leave it on safe. Just I explain that to my wife, and just in case somebody does find it, you know, you got the dingus, you got the safety. Here we go, lock and load. You know what to do. Let's take it out. We'll take a couple shots with it. I just thought I'd share this with you guys. It's kind of an oddball. You don't see a lot of them out there. You know, if you're looking for a good used 45, can't find a 1911, you can't find something else like that, and you run across one of these, I would tell you to take a look, see what the price is on it, but check your trigger. I've seen when these were out, I probably picked up, no joke, at least 50 of these and checked the trigger, and all of them were garbage. All of them were garbage. I mean, this isn't great, don't get me wrong, but again, this is the best one that, for a striker fired, I was impressed. Let's put it that way. So let's check it. Should come out at around 6.5 is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, there she goes. Okay, just something's wrong there. I did something wrong. Huh? Okay. How far is this? Yeah, it goes up to 8 pounds. Gosh darn it. This should work. Did I get the dingus pushed? I did get the dingus pushed. Let's pull straight back, and oh my God. Yeah, just over 6.5. Wow. So I guess it goes to show you if it's a predictable break, I guess you can shoot a heavy trigger. And I guess for home defense, that's not the worst thing in the world, right? So yeah, let's take it outside. Take a couple shots with it. Couple takes of it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, thanks guys. Let's head outside. All right, here we go. A couple rounds. We got a little silhouette out there. Got the dueling tree. It's here 20 yards. I'm trying to remember. Dueling trees at 15. Silhouettes at 20. Put in my ears. Sorry, I won't be able to hear you if you're talking to me. Safety off. I'm a little out of practice. Might have to come back out here after I'm done with you guys. Let's try the tree. Oh, got that. Try for a headshot. How about shoulder? There we go, got him in the face. Yeah, so I'm a little rusty, but yeah, that's the SR45. Well, there you go. There's the SR45. Probably the goofiest gun I have in my collection. Although I got a couple others. I'll bring them out and show them off one of these days. It's very obvious I need to get out and start shooting again. My God. Having a hard time hitting that silhouette at 20 yards. I should be ashamed of myself. Jesus. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really appreciate after the last video, we picked up a bunch more subscribers, which is super cool. Glad that video went over well. If there's something else you guys want me to cover, by all means, hit me up in the message. You know, drop me a DM, whatever they call it these days. Comments, that's what we want. Comments, give me a comment. Like, subscribe, please. And share with your friends. Maybe they'll like this stuff too. Or maybe they got questions about stuff they want to see. I just had that gun out today, gonna clean it and, you know, go through it once in a while, empty the mags and refill them. Thought I'd share it with you guys. Just a goofy little gun. You know, if you see one at a gun show and it's for, you know, reasonable price, $300, $350, something like that, I'd probably grab it. It's never a bad thing to have 45s around. Unfortunately, I seem to have collected a number of 45s over the years, so I don't need another one. But I got it. I like it. I keep it for sentimental reason, to be quite honest. But yeah, let me know. If you guys want me to go over something else, I went through practice score last time. Practice score, whatever you guys call it. I got harassed a little bit in the message board about that. If you want me to go over the Steel Challenge app with you, more than happy to do that as well. If there's anything else, like I said, just give me a comment. Thanks, guys. See ya.